Hi everyone, I'm Heidi and this is Morgan. We're the crisis counselors for Weld County, Colorado Spirit COVID-19 support program. We're excited to be back and do this series on stress management and navigating the overwhelm. Every person can benefit from stress management. Stress is an unavoidable part of life. And although we can't eliminate all stress, we can work to eliminate the unnecessary stress and effectively manage the rest. Do remember, if you would like help with stress management, you can call our hotline and you don't have to be in crisis to call. We're just here to offer an extra support at no cost during this pandemic. So let's start by talking about what stress is. Stress is your body's response to changes in your life. We're all going through some changes this year with the pandemic, and everybody's response to stress can be different. So I'm going to hand this over to Morgan, who's going to talk more about those effects of stress on your body.
Yeah, and I'd like to start by saying that stress can be really useful in the short term. It helps motivate us to reach goals and focus on what's important. But chronic stress, on the other hand, is not helpful or natural, and it can even have long-term health impacts. So some examples of this are obesity, skin and hair problems, even cardiovascular disease. So it's very important to address chronic stress if you see it popping up in your life. And some signs that you might be experiencing chronic stress can be low energy, insomnia, changes in appetite, even increased procrastination or just irritability, difficulty relaxing, things like that. So if you're experiencing these symptoms or other unpleasant physical and emotional symptoms, it could be a sign that you're experiencing chronic stress.
Yes, I know when I'm stressed, I get headaches, body pain. I have a hard time focusing. I get irritable. My eating patterns change. I don't sleep as well. I'm really sensitive to noticing these changes. I used to have really bad anxiety, but I've worked really hard on removing stress and managing the stressful things that I have no control over, and it's changed my life. I try really hard to take care of myself when I'm stressed out and extra care of myself. And I do every single thing I can to prevent any additional stress in my life. We'll go more into detail in part 2 next week, but key things for me were setting boundaries, absolutely avoiding drama at all costs, and finding things in my life that bring me peace and incorporating them into my life as much as possible. I try to take time every single day to do something to relieve stress and just for myself that makes me happy. I find it really helpful to change my thinking patterns to be proactive and embrace changes. There's generally a positive to everything. Even with this pandemic, I think we've all learned a lot about ourselves. Our warm line is always here for support and to listen if you just need to talk or vent. I can't wait to go over specific stress management strategies and tools with you all next week in part 2. Morgan, what are some ways that stress affects you personally, and what are some of your strategies for preventing stress?
In terms of daily life, I notice myself getting stressed out when I've had a really busy day and I just don't have time to do things that I enjoy. Also, just when I read or watch something on the news that makes me feel stressed out, especially relating to the pandemic. And a lot of times I just start by noticing that I'm stressed and naming that, and then also noticing where I feel it in my body, such as my neck or a headache. And if the stress is really acute, then I often start with a breathing exercise, and then I make a plan for a small activity that has helped me to de-stress in the past. That could be taking a walk in nature or doing a short exercise, a yoga routine, something like that. And just having a strategy for reducing your stress on a daily basis will also do a lot to reduce your chronic stress in the long term. And this can have a whole host of positive impacts on your life. It can make you more productive on a daily basis and complete tasks easier. It's also shown to increase your sense of resiliency and even improve relationships in your life. So it can seem really daunting at first, but even just small steps towards calmer living can have a huge impact on your daily happiness.
Yes, those are some great tips, Morgan. So again, Colorado Spirit is a crisis support line, but we're also here as a resource during COVID-19 if you just want to call and vent when you're feeling overwhelmed. So please don't think any problem is too big or too small for us. If you see that you're having some of these physical signs, please give us a call. We're happy to go over some short-term solutions with you. Minimizing stress can actually make it grow. It can also be hard to get in immediately for more intensive help right now, and we're here to bridge that gap until you can. Morgan, I'll give it back to you.
Absolutely. I think our warm line can be a platform for anyone that's been affected by the pandemic in any way, which is really all of us. So if you need additional support, we typically offer 3 to 5 sessions, and we also make referrals. And just a reminder that our warm line number is 970-347-2359. And if you have any questions, feel free to call or drop them in the chat. And next Thursday at the same time, we will be diving a little deeper into some of the topics we talked about today, such as effective coping strategies, self-care routines, and other things relating to stress. So we look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.